Thank you again, Marco, for having me. Today I'm going to be doing You Are Fearfully and Wonderfully Made. Psalms 139, 13 and 14 says, For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. God has a plan for all of us. In verse 13 it says, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. Meaning, he had a plan for David in his mother's womb. If we go over to Galatians 1:15, Paul is writing to the church of Galatia, obviously, but he says, But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace. Paul was set apart at birth by grace to be the greatest missionary of all time. So there is a life inside the mother's womb that she doesn't have the right to take, just out of convenience. We are a child of God made in his image. Genesis 1:27 says, In the image of God created he them, male and female created he them. We are God's children. God has a plan for us. It should be our plan to follow God's plan. And if we follow God's plan or God's will for us, life should be pretty smooth sailing. There will be ups and downs. We will get off track of God's will, but God will always be right there with his hand to his side, just like any good father or good parent. He'll have his hand to his side, waiting for us to grab his hand. God will be right there with us to lead us down the straight and narrow road. Thank you, Marco.